First house ascendant rising sign. Imagine the first house as the moment of sunrise. It's your grand entrance into the world. This house represents your first breath, your initial impression on others, and the mask you wear when meeting new people. It's like the book cover of your personal story. The fascinating aspect of the first house is how it shapes your physical appearance and personality. It's like a cosmic fingerprint, influencing everything from your natural mannerisms to your body type. This house determines whether you're naturally athletic or bookish, outgoing or reserved, and even influences your natural walking style and gestures. What makes this house particularly powerful is its connection to the ascendant or rising sign. This point is like your cosmic DNA, describing the way you naturally approach life. If your sun sign is your core self, think of your ascendant as the clothing your soul chooses to wear in this lifetime. It's the lens through which your entire chart is filtered and expressed. The first house also governs your survival instincts and basic approach to life. It's like your default operating system, the automatic responses and behaviors you've developed to navigate the world. This house shows whether you naturally leap before looking or carefully test the waters first. It reveals your innate courage or caution, your natural assertiveness or adaptability. Most profoundly, the first house represents new beginnings and self-discovery. It's where we learn about our own power and agency in the world. Like a seed breaking through soil, this house shows how we push through obstacles and establish our presence. It's the house of self-awareness and personal identity, constantly evolving as we grow and change. Second house. Welcome to the cosmic bank vault. The second house governs everything you value, from material possessions to self-worth. It's not just about money, it's about what you consider valuable enough to keep close to your heart. This house reveals your personal relationship with abundance and scarcity. This house reveals your relationship with stability and security. Think of it as your personal resource management center. It shows whether you're naturally a saver or a spender, whether you collect experiences or objects, and how you build your sense of security in the material world. Your approach to money often reflects deeper emotional patterns and family conditioning. The deeper significance of the second house lies in its connection to self-esteem. It's like a mirror reflecting how you value yourself through what you possess. This isn't limited to material things, it includes your talents, skills, and natural abilities. It's about what you have to offer the world and how you translate your inherent worth into tangible forms. Most profoundly, this house teaches us about the relationship between material and spiritual wealth. It shows how we create stability in our lives and what we need to feel secure. Like a garden, it represents what we cultivate and harvest in our lives. This house reveals our capacity for manifestation, turning our values into reality. The second house also governs our voice, both literally and figuratively. It shows how we express our values through speech and action, and how we use our resources to make our mark on the world. This connection between values and voice reveals how we advocate for what matters to us.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more topics you love.
Third house. Step into the cosmic classroom of the third house, the realm of communication, early learning, and siblings. This house is like a busy neighborhood where ideas, conversations, and daily interactions take place. It's the house of mental agility and quick thinking, where our intellectual curiosity first takes flight. Think of this house as your mental switchboard. It governs how you process and share information, from casual chit-chat to formal writing. It's the house of Mercury's playground, where curiosity leads to discovery and where your communication style takes shape. The third house reveals whether you're a natural storyteller, a precise communicator, or someone who speaks through actions. This house is particularly fascinating because it rules both traditional learning and street smarts. It shows how you gather information from your immediate environment. Are you a careful observer, a quick study, or someone who learns best through conversation? This house also governs short trips and local travel, showing how we explore and understand our immediate surroundings. The third house also governs our relationship with siblings and neighbors, our first social network. These early connections shape how we interact with peers throughout life. It's like the original social media platform, where we learn to share, compete, and cooperate. These early relationships form the template for all future peer relationships. Most intriguingly, this house represents the bridge between conscious and unconscious thought. It's where random thoughts become coherent ideas, where scattered information becomes knowledge. Like a cosmic newspaper, it shows how we collect, process, and distribute information in our daily lives. Fourth house IC. Welcome to your cosmic roots. The fourth house is your spiritual basement, containing your emotional foundation and family heritage. It's the lowest point in your chart, like the bottom of a well where your deepest emotions reside. This house represents your inner emotional landscape and your need for belonging. This house reveals your relationship with home, both the physical structure and the emotional concept. It's where you go to recharge, your safe haven. The fourth house shows what home means to you, whether it's a physical place, a person, or a feeling. It governs your relationship with domestic life and your emotional needs for security and nurturing. But most intriguingly, this house connects you to your ancestral lineage. It's like a family tree growing deep into your psyche, containing inherited patterns, family traditions, and genetic memories. Your emotional responses often echo those of your ancestors through this house. It holds the key to understanding generational patterns and family karma. The ICIC Coeli point in this house represents your private self, the person you are when no one is watching. It's like the foundation of a building, unseen but crucial for stability. This house reveals what you need to feel emotionally secure and nurtured. It's where we connect with our roots and find our emotional anchor. But this house also governs your relationship with the mother figure or primary nurturer in your life. It shows how early experiences of nurturing and emotional support shape your adult emotional patterns. Like a psychological blueprint, it reveals your deepest emotional needs and how you seek comfort. Fifth house. Step into the cosmic playground. The fifth house is where creativity, pleasure, and self-expression dance together. This is where the inner child lives, where joy is created, and where love blooms like spring flowers. It's the house of pure creative energy, unrestrained by practical concerns or responsibilities. Think of this house as your personal stage. It governs how you express yourself creatively, whether through art, music, writing, or any form of self-expression. It's where you shine brightest, where your unique talents come out to play. This house reveals your natural gifts for entertaining, creating, and bringing joy to others. It shows whether you're a natural performer or someone who expresses creativity in more subtle ways. This house also rules romance and pleasure, not the deep, committed relationships, but the butterflies in stomach kind of love. It's like a cosmic dating app, showing how you flirt, what you find fun, and how you approach romantic adventures. The fifth house reveals your romantic style, your approach to dating, and what brings you joy in love affairs. It's about the thrill of the chase and the excitement of new love. Most profoundly, the fifth house connects to children, both your own children and your inner child. It represents creation in all forms, from artistic projects to actual offspring. Here we find clues about your relationship with children, your approach to parenting, and your own childlike qualities. It's where we learn about joy, play, and the pure pleasure of being alive. The fifth house also governs risk-taking and gambling, not just in the literal sense, but in how we take chances in life. It shows how willing we are to put ourselves out there, to take creative risks, to follow our hearts. Like a cosmic casino, it reveals whether we're natural risk-takers or prefer to play it safe in matters of the heart and creativity. Sixth house. Enter the cosmic workshop. The sixth house is where we develop our skills, maintain our health, and perform our daily duties. Think of it as your personal efficiency expert, helping you organize your daily life and develop helpful habits. This house governs the routines and rituals that shape our everyday existence. This house is fascinating because it governs both work and health, showing how these two areas are intimately connected. It's like having a cosmic personal trainer and career counselor in one, teaching you how to maintain balance between productivity and well-being. The sixth house reveals your natural approach to self-improvement, health maintenance, and work ethic. It shows whether you thrive on routine or prefer flexibility in your daily life. The sixth house reveals your relationship with service, how you help others and contribute to the world through your daily work. It's not about career achievements, that's the 10th house, but about the satisfaction of a job well done, the pride in being useful. This house shows how you approach responsibilities, whether you're naturally detail-oriented or prefer to focus on the bigger picture. Perhaps most importantly, this house teaches us about the mind-body connection. It shows how our mental habits affect our physical health, and vice versa. It's like having a user's manual for your body and mind, helping you understand what you need to function at your best. The sixth house reveals your natural healing abilities and how you cope with stress and illness. Most profoundly, this house represents the concept of refinement and improvement. It's where we perfect our skills, refine our habits, and work on becoming better versions of ourselves. Like a master craftsperson's workshop, it's where we learn the value of patience, precision, and dedication to our craft, whatever that may be. Seventh house descendant. Welcome to the cosmic partnership house. The seventh house stands opposite to the first house, representing the dance between I and we. This house governs all significant one-on-one relationships, from marriage to business partnerships, and even open enemies. It's the house where we learn about compromise, cooperation, and the art of relating. The descendant point in this house is particularly significant. It represents what we seek in others to complete ourselves. Think of it as your relationship magnet, attracting people who embody qualities you may lack or deny in yourself. This point often describes the type of partner we're naturally drawn to, sometimes unconsciously seeking our own opposite. This house reveals our approach to commitment and how we handle close relationships. It's like a cosmic marriage counselor, showing our patterns in partnerships, our expectations of others, and how we balance our needs with those of our partners. The 7th house teaches us about diplomatic skills, fairness, and the ability to see things from another's perspective. Most fascinatingly, this house shows how we project ourselves onto others. It's where we learn about mirroring, how our relationships reflect aspects of ourselves we might not recognize. Like a psychological mirror, it reveals our hidden traits through our choice of partners and our relationship dynamics. The 7th house also governs contracts and agreements, showing how we negotiate and compromise in all types of partnerships. It reveals our capacity for cooperation, our ability to maintain harmony, and our skill at resolving conflicts. This house teaches us that relationships are our greatest teachers in life. 8th house. Step into the mysterious depths of the 8th house, the realm of transformation, shared resources, and life's greatest mysteries. This house governs everything that lies beneath the surface: sexuality, death, rebirth, and other people's money. It's like a cosmic detective agency, revealing hidden truths and deep psychological patterns. The 8th house is where we learn about power, both personal and shared. It governs inheritances, taxes, investments, and joint resources. But more profoundly, it represents psychological inheritance, the emotional and spiritual legacies we receive from others. This house shows how we handle crises and transform through life's most challenging experiences. Perhaps most intriguingly, this house rules our relationship with the taboo. It's where we confront our shadows, explore our deepest desires, and face our fears about death and loss. The 8th house reveals our capacity for emotional intensity and intimacy. It shows how comfortable we are with exploring life's darker aspects. This house also governs transformation and regeneration, like a phoenix rising from ashes. It shows how we handle major life transitions, how we let go of what no longer serves us, and how we emerge renewed from life's challenges. The 8th house represents our ability to transform crisis into opportunity. Most profoundly, this house represents merging, whether physical, emotional, or financial. It shows how we handle intimate relationships where resources and energy are shared. Like an alchemist's laboratory, it's where separate elements combine to create something entirely new. 9th house. Welcome to the house of expanding horizons. The 9th house represents our quest for meaning, higher learning, and broader perspectives. This house governs philosophy, religion, long-distance travel, and higher education. It's like a cosmic university where we explore life's biggest questions. In this house, we find our relationship with belief systems and how we make sense of the world. It shows whether we're natural philosophers, seeking truth through academic study, or mystics, finding wisdom through direct experience. The 9th house reveals our approach to faith. our relationship with cultural differences, and our ability to see the bigger picture. This house also governs long-distance travel and cross-cultural experiences. It shows how we relate to foreign cultures, different belief systems, and unfamiliar territories. Like a cosmic passport, it reveals whether we're natural explorers or prefer to expand our horizons through study and contemplation. Most fascinatingly, the ninth house represents our personal quest for truth and meaning. It shows how we develop our worldview, how we integrate different perspectives, and how we share our wisdom with others. But this house reveals our capacity for teaching, publishing, and spreading ideas. The ninth house also connects us to the concept of mentorship both as teachers and students. It shows how we learn from those who have walked the path before us and how we guide others on their journeys. Like a wise sage, this house helps us understand our role in passing on knowledge and wisdom. 10th House Midheaven MC. Step into the cosmic boardroom. The 10th house represents your public image, career path, and life's calling. Located at the very top of your chart, this house is like a spotlight shining on your achievements and social status. It's where your private self meets the public world, showing how you want to be remembered. The Midheaven MC point in this house is crucial. It's like your cosmic resume, revealing your professional destiny and ultimate life goals. This point shows what you're climbing toward, your ambitions, and how you wish to contribute to society. Unlike the 6th house of daily work, the 10th house represents your career legacy and professional reputation. Most profoundly, this house reveals your relationship with authority, both how you relate to authority figures and how you exercise authority yourself. It's like a mirror reflecting your leadership style, showing whether you're a natural commander or prefer to lead by example. The 10th house also reveals inherited attitudes about success from your father or dominant parent. This house governs your social status and public recognition. It shows how you handle responsibilities, whether you naturally seek the spotlight or prefer to work behind the scenes. Like a cosmic achievement award, it represents the honors and recognition you might receive for your contributions to society. The 10th house also reveals your professional destiny, not just in terms of career choice, but in terms of your calling or mission in life. It shows where and how you're meant to make your mark on the world. This house teaches us about the balance between personal fulfillment and social responsibility. 11th house. Welcome to the cosmic social network. The 11th house governs friendships, group associations, and our hopes and wishes for the future. This house represents our connection to the collective, showing how we contribute to and benefit from community involvement. This house reveals our relationship with groups and organizations, from casual friend circles to professional networks. It's like a cosmic Facebook, showing how we connect with like-minded individuals and contribute to collective causes. The 11th house shows whether we're natural networkers or prefer selective social connections. Most fascinatingly, this house represents our hopes and wishes, our vision for the future, and what we dream of achieving. Unlike the 10th house of concrete achievements, the 11th house shows our ideals and aspirations. It's where we dream about making the world a better place and connect with others who share our vision. The 11th house also governs humanitarian concerns and social justice. It shows how we relate to collective movements and social causes. Like a cosmic activist's headquarters, it reveals our capacity for working toward the greater good and our ability to see beyond personal interests to universal concerns. This house teaches us about the power of collaboration and collective effort. It shows how we benefit from networking, mentorship, and group support. The 11th house reveals our role in creating positive change through collective action and shared vision. 12th house. Enter the cosmic monastery. The 12th house is the most mysterious of all, governing the unconscious mind, hidden matters, and spiritual transcendence. This house represents what lies beneath the surface of consciousness, our connection to the collective unconscious, and our private spiritual life. The 12th house reveals our relationship with solitude and retreat. It shows how we process our inner experiences and handle periods of isolation. Like a cosmic meditation cave, it represents where we go to recharge, reflect, and connect with our spiritual nature. This house shows whether we naturally seek solitude or find it challenging. Most profoundly, this house represents our unconscious patterns, hidden strengths, and unacknowledged fears. It's where we keep our secrets even from ourselves. The 12th house reveals our capacity for compassion, our ability to transcend ego, and our connection to universal consciousness. It's like a window into our soul's deepest mysteries. This house also governs institutions, hospitals, and places of confinement, both literal and metaphorical. It shows how we handle limitations and restrictions and how we find freedom within boundaries. The 12th house teaches us about surrender, acceptance, and the wisdom of letting go. Perhaps most importantly, this house represents our spiritual evolution and karmic patterns. It's where we process collective pain and healing, where we connect with universal love and compassion. Like a cosmic clearinghouse, it helps us understand our role in the greater spiritual journey of humanity.